It's mid-November and it's the last part of our journey for the Canada Yarn Road Trip series. Today we are heading virtually to Newfoundland, Labrador for our last leg of our Canada tour of buying yarn from hand dyers I've never bought from before. So come along. Hey everyone, my name is Diane and this is My Pink Bathtub. There are no pink bathtubs here, but I used to own one and I didn't quite like it. And when I started my little hand knit business, I decided I should call myself that. Because why not? Today, sadly, is our last episode of our Canada Yarn Road Trip series. If you have spent any time with me this year, you may know that I have gone from province to province buying some hand-dyed yarn from indie dyers that I have never bought from before. And we are ending in the East Coast. We started in January in British Columbia and we swept across this great nation of mine to find yarn. And boy, did we find yarn. And I'm excited to share with you two hand dyers that I have never bought from before and talk about my future sock along that I'm going to be doing with a fellow YouTuber, as well as an upcoming giveaway. Unfortunately, I am not going to be doing the giveaway today or in the very near future because in Canada we have a postal strike with our Canada Post. We don't really know how long it's going to be. It is going to put strain on other couriers like Purelator and UPS. So with the holiday season coming about and everything, I've decided to delay the giveaway, but I am going to share with you what is going to be in it. And I'm also going to share with you when I'm going to have it. So hopefully this strike will not last long because I can imagine it must be a bit of a stressor on small businesses across our country. You know what else is a stressor? Realizing that you've got this dang stray hair right in the middle of your forehead after you started editing. Not enough of a concern though for me to redo this whole video, so sorry if this has been a distraction. I've really enjoyed doing this series. I've found some really amazing yarn along the way, and I think it's been a lot of fun. So without delay, let's get right to it and check out Newfoundland and Labrador. It's kind of sad. This is the last time I'm playing this little intro, but here we go, friends. Newfoundland Labrador, also known as the Rock, is the easternmost province in our country, and it is on an island. I have never been to Newfoundland, but I know someone who has, my friend Dude. Dude is not her real name. And all of these photos that I have shared with you are photos that are taken by my friend Dude when she went on her trip to Newfoundland and Labrador a couple of years back now. I did ask her, why did you go on that trip? And her simple and straightforward answer was, well, I had never been there before. And I hope someday I can be there too. It is a little deceiving. It's much further away than we would anticipate if we're in a place like Nova Scotia. We're just going to hop on over to Newfoundland. I'm not sure how far it is, but it's like a good 12 hours away. So not a quick jaunt, but beautiful scenery nonetheless. And I was fortunate to buy some yarn from two different areas. Now, the first place I bought yarn from was actually from a store, an online store called Cast On, Cast Off in Triton, Newfoundland. Now, I would highly recommend this store if you're looking for some East Coast yarn. They had a wonderful selection. And my only regret is I only bought one of these because it is the most softest yarn I think I have in my collection. And it is from Windswept Fibres and Design. It is, I have to tell you, absolutely divine. This is their Comfort Cove 4-ply DK yarn. It is 70% natural gray baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere, and it is to die for. Let me tell you, this color is Pine Clad Hills, and it is just gorgeous. I see some form of a cowl or something coming out of this in my future, and a gift for me. Now, I did leave the information for cast on, cast off below in my show notes, as well as Windswept Fibres themselves have their own website. So I would encourage you to also check them out. It's just divine. I've been working on my sock that I showed in my last episode, and I am almost done completing my first pair of socks ever. And just in time, because 2025 is the year of the sock for me. And when I say sock, I mean SOX, because my friend Soxy, Nana Alice, and I are doing a sock along for 2025. Each month we are going to be knitting a pair of socks, and we invite you to join us. And what is going to be involved for us is, and let me show you, hold on now. We are doing mystery socks. Mystery socks, I have my big bin of socks here, full of various sock yarn that I have collected throughout the year. We are doing a sock along for 2025. Each month we will be pulling from our bin to make a pair of socks, and we're also going to be trying different heels and different techniques in socks, because I am a new sock knitter, so this is very exciting to me, and Alice is a pro. So I'm just going to throw it out there for submissions if anyone wants to donate sock patterns or yarn for our yearly event. Please either contact myself at mypinkbathtub@gmail.com, or if you are a regular viewer of Alice's, you can contact her as well. And we would appreciate any and all donations. And my final hand dyer that I'd like to share with you today is called Rhubarb and Honey. The company is based out of Wabush, Newfoundland and Labrador. They have an Etsy store, which is temporarily closed because of the postal strike. Rhubarb and Honey, this is one of my favorite colorways. Quite often, the yarn that she dyes is inspired by book series, and this one is no different. This color is called Clock Island, based on the book The Wishing Game. It's got a bit of everything in it when it comes to colors, but it is a dark, dark color. This is made with the favored sock fingering weight, approximately 420 yards, 80% superwash merino, and 20% nylon. And I bought myself 2 in the hopes that I could make a short sleeve tee with this. But that's not all. I liked the color so much, I went back and bought a 3rd hank. And that 3rd hank is going to be part of the gift away. I do have the label here. It was just sent flat. It's going to come with a stitch marker. Her name is Christine, the owner, the dyer. A little bit of pink in there. I don't know how well the camera is picking this up because it is a bit of a dreary November day. So I decided I'm going to add a little shot of color in here, that if you choose to use this to make socks, you could use this for the heels and toes. And this is a mini from Lichen and Lace. And again, the specs are pretty much the same. It's an 80-20 merino wool nylon blend. So I thought these two would be quite fun together with the stitch marker to go as a gift away for our first beginning of January kickoff event for our sock along. I guess we're calling it a sock along. We've never really came up with a much better name than that. Rhubarb and Honey also makes really beautiful stitch markers, and when I ordered the second order, which was this third skein, this gift away skein, there was a little bit of a delay in receiving it, which was fine by me, but she decided to send me as a apology gift some of her stitch markers. You can buy them in scoops. This is the butterfly garden scoop, and I will put a photo up here of what it looks like. They are absolutely beautiful stitch markers in a variety of fun little options you can have to keep track of your knitting. So that is also something available. Her shop, again, will reopen after the postal strike. But I am so excited about doing this sock along. Thank you to those who have watched this series. There is a playlist below. I do not say this often, but if you've enjoyed this little mini series of mine and have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I am working hard towards trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and I try my best to put out an episode every week for you. Health permitting. Still got a bit of a cough, but I am much better than I was, and thank you so much to all of you that wished me well on my last episode. I was hurting a little bit, I was. Next week is all about Advents. I have to figure out what I'm doing for my Christmas Advents. I must admit I may have ordered a few too many, and that's okay because I'm going to decide next week with you which ones I'm going to be doing for December and which ones I am going to be doing for Christmas in July. I am definitely knitting a sweater again this year for my December Advent. I have a couple other little ideas in mind, but I've just pulled out my tickle trunk of Christmas crafts, and I'm going to make that decision this week to have it all ready for you for next Wednesday. So until next time, my friends, thanks so much for watching me, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.